Hi, I'm Joanne Wright Callender, the author of the new novel as of this year, Making Do, Growing Up Colored in the Jim Crow South During the Great Depression. Now, my we're traveling, obviously, and my last vlog was on the 2 weeks ago, before the 23rd. So we were, actually, that was longer than that, maybe the 13th. It's been pretty busy, a pretty busy month, and just trying to get back into catching you up to date as to what's been going on with the audiobook and also just the presentation of Making Do, which in my last vlog I mentioned that this is an homage to my parents, and we just finished the audiobook recording, and now we're in the process of editing. And so I just thank God for Phyllis Kelly, who was able to make numerous trips to the studio to record it. And then in our editing, we're getting the best of the best takes, laying down those tracks. And we have a really great editor, Charles Laster, who is making this come to life. So my team, I just want to give you kudos. So we're doing this ourselves, as I said, and it's a process. However, I was thinking about, I never really gave some of the background. I said it was a story that gave homage to my parents and that I credit them for giving me a lot of the content of the book. But actually, the content came from just reflecting on what might have happened in their growing up. They were young adults at the time of the 40s, and some of the skeletal structure of the story is based on some of the things that they did and happened and that did happen with them and to them and in their lives. But I was just thinking this morning that a lot of this came from me just reflecting on knowing how my parents were, how it is when you're growing up and your parents are saying and doing things around you. You kind of take it in, but it's not really something that you delve into. Well, reflection is a really good process. And I was just thinking about, say, like my dad, for instance, and when people would ask him, how's he doing? He says, as well as I can. And, and I was thinking that was a very kind way of just saying, I'm doing the best with what I have. Now, I can remember my dad doing a lot of studying with his commentaries on the Bible, trying to delve deeper into the Word of God as he tried to have his life reflect the life of Jesus. And my mother, I can remember her singing spiritual songs as she was a seamstress, as she was sewing late at night, sometimes 11 o'clock. She would be trying to finish up a project, and yet she would be singing her gospel tunes, and are the ones that were some of my favorites too. But then I thought back to my dad possibly um, being a young student of the Bible, studying it, and then having that knowledge reflect in how he went about his life. And when he was confronted with different things, what did he rely on to get him through? And it was the Word of God. My mother, with her past being singing in a child's choir and her church, I was thinking of how these songs probably filled her soul with comfort. So take that into the context of the 40s, which was a horrendous time for African Americans, and there was just a lot of cruelty and lawlessness that was done to blacks at that time. And then you take these two people, pardon me, with their thought process being shaped by the Word of God. And that's how I kind of created the young characters for Making Do, Dee Dee and Charles. So the book is available on Amazon. I just had such a great time in writing it. Had an even better time, pardon me, my morning frog, excuse me, listening to the audiobook, and I'm still listening to it. And next time I'll talk a little bit more about what chapter I'm on and my reflection and editing of the audiobook. So have a great day. Thank you so much. I'm very thankful for you as my readers and viewers. Please subscribe, please share, and we'll talk with you at a later date. Thank you so much. Bye bye.